Hello everybody, this is Pit Viper 327 of the Viper's Pit. Coming to you guys here at the moment and wanting to let you guys know that I'm going to be putting my stuff on hold at this point in time, meaning the channel. But I'll get back to it as soon as I can. Reason being is because I ended up having an issue with my vehicle and it blew out a spark plug, and right now it's at the Midas shop trying to get repaired. And the thing about it is, I have, it may, if it remedies the problem, that's great. If it doesn't, then what it involves is I may have to get another vehicle on top of that. But the problem with that is, I am running low on money because of it. I put quite a bit of money into this vehicle at the start, which was about close to $10,000 for, keeping it going and whatnot for the past 3 years. But it's not doing too good for me. So, but yet, the thing is, what you guys don't know is that, like I said, I've never mentioned this too much to many people that, yeah, I am disabled. And of course, what it is that my disability is that I actually have had diabetes, high blood pressure, and of course amputations as well. And of course, what I'm going through right now is beyond the chronic kidney disease, which is actually end-stage kidney, which actually means that I'm on dialysis. And right here is the dialysis port that I have to be hooked up to every other day of the week. And this caused me to almost miss a couple of my treatments in the past few days because all this happened on Wednesday in the morning. And what's going on is that my girlfriend and I, not many people will know on my channel, is that we live out of a vehicle. And we've been living out of a vehicle, for a long time. Different vehicles to be exact, since 2008. We had a break in between of having a little place to stay for a little bit, and then of course around 2014 we had to vacate because of eviction going on. So we've been actually living it out on the streets in the vehicle since then. And I didn't want to bother anybody mentioning that because we were safe for the time being. We were actually just doing what we can to survive. Not bothering anybody, not necessarily saying too much about it because we don't want to burden people with stuff like that. But if you guys wondering, oh, how am I getting money and whatnot? Yeah, I am getting disability, but it may not be that much. It's just about $1,500, but yet we have other things to pay for with on top of that, which would be maintenance for the vehicle, gas for the vehicle, of course, food, and then of course our storages, which is the other thing that takes up quite a bit. And this vehicle is actually the current one that I have in the shop right now isn't doing too good. It's actually been more of a burden than a blessing. And the thing is, we're on the verge of pushing shopping carts, which is something that really we don't want to do. But trying to figure out other ways, if there's a way to get some money up. But I don't like asking, but I hate to do that. I really do, because I know everybody else has problems out there too. But for the time being, we're safe at the moment. A couple of friends are helping us out with staying over at the point in time, but yet I don't want to burden them either too much because that's the thing. We want to get back to where we were, and it's just been bad. This past week's been really bad. So, holding off on my channel is unfortunately what I have to do. So, I do apologize for that. I'd like to, what I do with that channel for me is like, it gets me to relax. It helps me out, dealing with my problems, especially with dialysis and whatnot, and of course it puts me a little bit calm and at ease when I'm actually doing that stuff. Because when you're homeless and whatnot, you have to worry about where you're gonna stay, what are you gonna do, how are you gonna get by and whatnot. But I mean, it's just nerve-wracking at times. But this situation has gotten to be the worst one that I've actually had before, and it's not fun. I know some of you might say, well, go to a shelter. Problem with that is shelters out here in the Sacramento area aren't that great. It's riddled with crime. It's riddled with people that are on drugs. I don't do drugs. I can't do drugs because here's the thing. When you're on dialysis, and that means kidney dialysis, is that they don't want you smoking, they don't want you drinking, they don't want you on drugs, because the thing is, if you want to get a transplant, you have to not be on any of those things because you will not qualify for a transplant. And to let you guys know, this is my 4th year on dialysis right now. And on top of that, when you don't have a home, you can't get a transplant. I want people to know that out there. And that's the truth. You can't get a transplant if you don't have a home. So you have to put up with what you can take. I mean, especially because I know there was people out there like that, like myself. My brother was like that. My oldest brother, he became homeless, and he couldn't get on a transplant, but yet he ended up at the shelters for a little bit until he had housing in where he lived. But yet, rest his soul that that he did get the help out there. Where I'm at in Sacramento, California, they don't want to help you. They don't want to help nobody. That's the thing. They're just in it for the money, their pocket for themselves. There's a bunch of tiny houses located out on Fruit Ridge Road that aren't being used at all. They're just sitting there. And there's homeless camps in front of it that are just out there. But yet, the problem with that is they're not letting anybody in. I mean, it'd be nice if my girlfriend and I can get in, but we can't. Because this city and this state government will not lift a finger for anybody. And that's where we're at right now. Because you see, our situation is we're priced out. And we can't get a place to live, unfortunately, in this state. So that's why we've been living out of a vehicle. To at least try to keep us going for the time being and have our stuff in the storages. But unfortunately, we're stuck at the moment, And of course, we're stuck and we're at the hands of this mechanic, seeing if he could try to fix this vehicle or not. So if it can't be fixed right, then I have to get another vehicle somehow. If anybody's willing to help me out, I greatly appreciate it. I mean, if you want to reach out to me, that's fine. If people want to send out prayers, that's great. I mean, that's all I can say right now. I just want to say thank you for watching, and I'll get back to everybody when I can. Bye.